Guys, what's going on? Good morning. Thank you for joining. This is your boy Pat Lana from Card and Soul. We are back, and we're just gonna do a little chit chat today, a little talk. I just want to give you a quick brief about how I've been doing this year in the sports card market. So traditionally, I've always been just a collector, never really been a hustler. Back in the day, I did used to grade cards and then flip them on eBay, but it wasn't as nearly as lucrative as it's become. It would always be like, oh, you grade them for $5. So back in the day when I was grading, believe it or not, you could do a bulk submission and pay $5 a card. That's how long I've been in the game. Can you imagine paying $5 a card these days? Is just, man, it seems unattainable. But, because now I pay like at least, I think I sent in a submission for TCG, which are trading card games like Pokemon, One Piece, all that stuff. So those cards are $13.99. They had a special either $13.99 or $14.99 at PSA. And then for graded cards, I think the best I've seen so far is $15.99. But it could only be up to $300 worth of value. If you hit over that, you'd have to pay like, $29.99, $39.99, depending on whatever the special is for that month. Sometimes there's not a special, and you just kind of have to pay the full price. But hey, this is the cost of business, right? You have to pay the cost to be the boss. But so I just want to give you a quick brief, right, on how I've been doing ever since I really hard charged and kind of cranked everything back up into the sports card market this year. So I started off with $10,000. I just took $10,000 and kind of went into the negative buying cards. And my strategy had changed. So normally I was always just the bottom feeder. I'd buy a dollar card here and there, try to grade it and turn it into profit. Or I'd buy a card, sit on it speculating, right? So hoping that the player would become really good and then profit from his performance. There are numerous ways to collect, okay? And I'm not going to get too far into that today. We can get into ways to collect. I can do a video on that. But for the most part right now, I just want to explain to you how well I've done and what I've been able to do this year. And for the most part, what I've been doing is I would buy raw cards from eBay. I bought $10,000 worth of raw cards on eBay. After they would come in, I would do an inspection, right? So you've got to train this eye. You've got to train the eye to be able to find Gem Mint 10s. Okay, or PSA 9 sometimes. You can at least break even, maybe make a little bit of money with PSA Mint 9s. But for the most part, you have to get 10s. 10s are what the big ballers are paying for. They want Gem Mint 10s, right? So not only are you buying, what you're trying to do is you're trying to create rarity. Okay, you're creating rarity, you're adding value to the money that you've invested. So, and you do that by grading the card. So what I did is I purchased $10,000 worth of cards. I inspected them, and then the ones that checked out, I put in submissions to PSA, right? Sent them out, submitted them, and then they would come back, and I would list them for 7-day auctions going from Sunday to Sunday. And so that put them up for a 7-day auction, sometimes 10-day, starting on Thursdays. So if you want to run a 10-day auction to end on Sundays, you start it on a Thursday. So, and that's what I've been doing. And I've built myself out of debt quickly. It's only June, and I'm in profits now. Now I'm playing with house money, and it only took me half a year. So I'm doing extremely well. I'm doing extremely well, and I'm going to continue to do extremely well because I'm putting in more effort, more energy, right? The more economic energy that you can put forth, the better, right? So now, with that being said, right, the graded side, the graded cards come back, you flip those, and that kind of gets your premium price range. You start making a little money on top. Now, what do you do with the cards that don't check out? Well, you don't want to sit on anything, okay? Because the longer you sit on things, the more that the value will go down, especially in cards. This similar stuff goes on in crypto, right? New crypto comes out. People are excited about it. They pump the price up. They want to have some. So it's like the first entry, the first people that can get in at that low price, right, will get the top value. So it's very similar with sports cards. You've got the boxes. When the boxes come out, right? Blaster boxes. People go and pay $25 to $30 for a blaster box. They pull a Victor Wembanyama base, and those at one point were trading for $60 to $70. So do you see the margin there, right? So it was profitable if you hit a Victor Wembanyama. It was profitable to open boxes at that point. Now Victor Wembanyama's come down $40, so therefore the boxes should be coming down too. You shouldn't be paying $75 for a blaster box or $60. Don't get raked over the coals over that, because you pull the Victor Wembanyama, now you're not breaking even, or you're not in the profits any longer. Okay, so you should be focusing on trying to get good value when you're buying your boxes. That way, if you do hit, you are rewarded for that. Now, I'm not a box guy. I don't open boxes. To me, that's gambling. It's not a profitable way to make money. But buying the single outright, sending it to PSA if it checks out, getting a good grade, and then flipping it back onto eBay in its graded form, that is how you make money. Now, for the raw cards, like, sometimes I get long-winded. Thank you for being patient with me and staying with me. For the cards that don't check out, the singles, you have to flip those back out into the market. You have to move that, get your principal, get your capital back out of the card and move it into the next one, right? So we're continuing the chase. This card didn't check out, didn't meet my standards, right? So for instance, here, I got a Puka Nacua, okay? Could you even tell me what's wrong with this Puka Nacua? Well, I could tell you right now. I'll tell you right now, right? So if you look at this Puka Nacua, you can tell that it's not perfectly centered, okay? This side's border, right? Can you see this? This border going along down, right? So where the picture ends, and then you've got this like panel. That border doesn't meet that border's sizing. You notice how this one's thinner or skinnier than this one. And then if you look at the top, that top looks a little skinnier than that bottom. So what does that mean? That means it's off center. So instantly, this card, for me, doesn't check out. It is considered to me right now a PSA 9. So with me knowing that, right, I don't want to send this card in to get graded, because I already know that I'm starting at less value, okay? Now, sometimes it checks out. Sometimes it's worth sending in a card to get a PSA 9, okay? But I don't like starting off at a deficit. I want to feel warm and fuzzy when I send that card out, put it in front of the grader, and let him give me a 10. Now, there are other cards that I just send in anyway, okay? Now, here are some examples of cards that I'll just send, right? These kabooms are strong cards. So this putting it in a slab kind of makes it official. People already are chasing these. They love this card. I could put this card up and it could sell like that. I could basically get whatever I want back for this, okay? Because it's a very liquid card. It's a high-end card, but it's a very liquid high-end card, because it really doesn't peek into the 5-digit mark. This is more of a 4-digit card, right? $1,000. Now, if he goes crazy, that could go up to the $5,000, $10,000 range. I've seen it, right? Patrick Mahomes Kaboom. Go look up go check and see how much those are going for at PSA 10 or PSA 9 levels, closer to his rookie year or his rookie season even, right? I'm not saying Anthony Richardson's going to be that, but that is how you speculate the market. But anyways, so there are certain cards that I'll just send in anyway to grade, get them slabbed, protected. That way I don't fumble the ball, right, and drop it one day, and next thing you know, the card's value is just, I've lost $200 in it. But yeah, so free up the capital, right, with the cards that don't check out. And then when you get the next card in, you're going to rinse and repeat, right? You just continue that cycle, continue that. And then that ball just continues to grow and grow and get bigger and bigger. So that's what I've been doing. And, shout out to SCV Sports Cards. SCV Sports Cards is the one that really put me on, got me back into my ways. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of a young, new, fresh face into the sports card market, creating Facebook, or not Facebook, but creating YouTube videos. And one of the videos that really kind of hit home with me, and I've listened to it numerous times, because he's got his own strategy, and he sticks predominantly to football cards, but he's got his strategy. And so what I did was I kind of latched on to a little bit of his strategy, but I also incorporated baseball and basketball cards too, right? Because why not, right? Increase the market, increase your size. You can now tap into numerous different markets instead of just focusing on the football market. So baseball cards, basketball cards, I've been doing it. Some notable names right now that's making me big money. Caitlin Clark is one. Caitlin Clark, the trajectory of the WNBA is like at this level. Even NCAA basketball, the women's sports is just projecting upwards right now. So you can capitalize on that market, right? New money coming into the market. People are buying jerseys. People are looking for their cards, right? So Caitlin Clark, she's one of those Tiger Woods like, Michael Jordan like, LeBron James, right? Those figures that come in and they change things. She is that. She's spearheading that. So why not buy her stuff? Why not grade her cards? Why not flip it back into the market, make some profits on it, right? These are ways that you could add value to your life. Make some money, make a little side hustle, make a little bit of money. Some other players, right? Victor Wembanyama. When are we ever going to find another 7+ foot athlete who averaged three blocks a game? His defensive prowess is second to none. I mean, the guy, I think almost triple-doubled with blocks, either quadruple-doubled, or maybe he even did this year. Some stuff we've never seen before in our lifetime. Is happening again. Why not take advantage of that, right? So his market was thriving during the basketball regular season. For football, CJ Stroud all day long. CJ Stroud right now, if you can find good, nice looking cards of CJ Stroud and you grade them, CJ Stroud is money right now. Anthony Richardson too. He is second to CJ Stroud only because he got hurt, right? He hurt his shoulder and went out. So those are some marquee players. Topps Series 1 and Series 2, right, for 2024. Big notable names is Ellie De La Cruz and also Jackson Holiday there's like a reprint of the Billy Ripken bat. They did a short print variation with Jackson Holiday, right, since he plays for the Orioles, him holding the bat, and it says Fun Face on the bat knob, and he's holding the bat, and it's kind of a repeat or a recreation of that Billy Ripken iconic card that everybody used to, I saw that card get ran up in value during COVID, just because of influencers coming in saying, oh, you got to get the Billy Ripken, bat knob card where he's holding the bat and somebody wrote something on the end. But so, sports cards is fun. It's turned from a hobby for me into I don't know. It's almost like it's a part-time job for me now, right? Like the kitchen's taken over. The kitchen table has been taken over by by the business, and we're doing really well. Shout out to each and every one of you guys who support by subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I hope that you guys have understood or learned something today. We'll continue to plug away at the market and, the chase. I'm addicted to the chase. The older the cards get, the more people handle them, right? So the more fingerprints, the more hands get on them. So if you want to get into grading, if I could leave you with one tip, get in on the new stuff as soon as you can, grade it, ship it out. That's how you make money. This is not financial advice. This is just me sharing my experiences with you guys. But shout out to each and every one of you. I hope that, I gained some more subscribers today and hopefully see you in the near future. I will let you know how I did by the end of the year, and we'll probably do another follow-up video. This is kind of the midpoint mark to tell you how well I've been doing. I feel really good, very confident. My collection is growing stronger each and every day. And my goodness, it's just a lot of fun. I mean, it's a lot of work, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun to see myself grow and to become prosperous within the market. All right. But anyways, man, shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one. All right. Peace.